Previously on NXT. New tag team champions, new #1 contender, new women's champion, and a new NXT champion. Hello and welcome to my review of NXT. And let's start things off with a recap of the show. William Regal lays down the law. Fight, Owens, fight! Fight, Owens, fights is definitely a fighting champion. Go! 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 Rhino does like the look of Finn Balor. Your #1 contenders definitely are not swaffed. CJ Parker hijacks the show. Solomon Crow gives back the show. Sasha looks good on blue pants. Sammy's okay! And finally, Adrian Neville and Kevin Owens tear down the house. I was so shocked that Rhino, of all people, came charging into NXT. Just has an absolute squash match against some dude, hits the go, go, go! Crowd explode. This is the good showing of a squash match. You've got some guy who's not been around for like 10 years, comes in, destroys a person with his signature move. That's all you need for this kind of thing. This was good. Love seeing Rhino back. And this leads into our next segment of Finn Balor, the #1 contender, talking in the back, having a little interview, and then Rhino just walks past, looking Finn Balor up and down and off. If this is what you're going to give Finn Balor while you're waiting for for Neville, Sammy and Owens to finish their little thing, this is good. You're bringing in a veteran to come and work with a new guy. This is what NXT needs. It's been a while since they've had any guys come down from the main roster. They used to come down like every few weeks, and you'd give someone a go with one of the main roster talent. Just a little test to see if they're ready. If you want to keep the two rosters separate, bring in experienced guys to work with NXT guys. That's how it should be. A Finn Balor versus Rhino match, this is going to be very interesting, and I'm excited for this. You have Enzo and Kaz defeat the Vaudevillains for the #1 tag team contenderships. This is a good choice. They have not had their sort of shots for the title yet. Crowd are so behind these guys, so they're immediate baby faces. Once they win, you've got Blake and Murphy appear on the screen. They're talking about Carmella. Enzo and Kaz have got such a strong character, and they're such good on the promos. This is the area that Blake and Murphy really need to work on. They've got no character so far. This is the most character we've ever seen from them, and a feud with these guys can really help bring out what they're all about. While also, the thing that Enzo and Kaz lack is sort of that crisp in-ring. So them having sort of more chance to show what they can do in matches is probably better for them to help get them ready for the main roster. So this is a good pairing. I really, really do like this. I'm expecting some fun vignettes, and I'm really interested to see this match since none of them are like superb workers, so let's see what kind of match all these guys can bring together. Solomon Crow, I couldn't care less about. I've been excited and interested in these little vignettes of just like static, the show getting taken over, but this didn't do anything for me. You've got CJ Parker comes out and starts wrapping up the ring, he's hijacking the show, then the static interference comes in, and this guy that looks just a bit like a sort of buff Johnny Rotten attacks him a bit, and then returns the show. This tells me nothing about Solomon Crow. Didn't really show much he could do in the ring. And for me, he just looks a bit weird. He looks quite old with a punk rocker look to him. I don't know how the interference works into his character. And just squashing someone like CJ Parker doesn't do anything for him. Yeah, this is not a good way to introduce someone. Then you have Sasha Banks versus Blue Pants. Seriously, this is what... I know this is what she got called initially, but surely if we're going to go to the effort of building a title card for her when they show on, like, up on screen, maybe we could find out this girl's name. Has nobody seriously asked this person their name in the time she's been working in NXT? Apart from that bit of silliness, she is so over. The crowd love Blue Pants. And this is sort of a rest, just a match where Sasha Banks can get a strong win as her first match as champion. Blue Pants is obviously still quite green, she's not that fluid in her movements yet. And this is just a strong win for Sasha Banks, playing with Blue Pants, but getting that ultimate submission victory. I like it. And you got two people that are over with the crowd, so the crowd are really hot for this, even though it's sort of like a meh match, but fine for what it is, a little rest for Sasha. And then we have Adrian Neville versus Kevin Owens. My God, like after NXT Rivals last week, these guys did not slow down. Neville just busting everything out, doing a moonsault off the top rope to the outside, a 450 splash off the goddamn apron, and in the most impressive move of the night, a deadlift German suplex to Kevin Owens. This guy, Adrian Neville, Pac, whatever you want to call him, he doesn't have the height, but he has the strength, he has a good look to him. His accent is a huge barrier he needs to overcome, but his in-ring is so goddamn solid. I think he can get over on that alone. And that's just, the deadlift German suplex is such a crazy power spot. Kevin Owens is not a light guy, and to deadlift him off the apron all the way up, and not just try and fling him over, but slowly power him up, control it into the bridge. Crazy stuff. Adrian Neville just is in charge of this match, but Kevin Owens is not down and out, he keeps coming back, but also he's showing that he can be a heel. He is taking shortcuts, he's dropping out the ring, he's getting himself some distance. The crowd even start chanting chicken at him, which is good. You want your heel hated. And Kevin Owens has quite a following going in, so you do get a lot of still fight Owens, fight Owens, fight chants. But the crowd generally are against him and with Neville, who is just going all out in this match. But the finish is a strong win from your champion. Hits the pop-up powerbomb, pins him 1, 2, 3. This match showed that Kevin Owens can take a beating, but he can still come back and win a match cleanly. Even though there were some shady tactics earlier in the match, but he still had a clean victory for the actual pinfall itself. They also did start saying, lights out, lights out. So I do hope they rename the pop-up powerbomb lights out. Because, I don't know, pop-up powerbomb just sounds a bit fun and frolicky. Well, lights out. That's just, that move means it's over. I'm not all that sold on the pop-up powerbomb. It's just so weird to say. I want to see him do it on someone like sort of Titus O'Neil or Eric Rowan. If he can do it on someone that size, then I'll be really impressed with the move. If he can't, then he does really need to find an alternative finisher as well. Of course, he's never going to be allowed to do the package pile drive, which is the brutal finisher. Look it up. That used to be his indie finisher when he was Kevin Steen. But yeah, so maybe he needs to find a new finisher. It's fine at the moment at NXT, but he does need something new, especially if he goes to the main roster with the Land of the Giants. It wasn't like the amazing standout edition of NXT, but you got a shocking return of Rhino. You got some Solomon Crowe up here. Sasha Banks showing that she's a dominant champion. And you just had a amazing match between Kevin and Adrian Neville. It's really good. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below or on my Facebook page. And until next time, like, subscribe, and TTFN.